Hey. That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
He did what?
Jackpot, baby!
Ice up, son. Ice up.
That is blasphemous.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
As for the Cincinnati Bengals, the team that beat the Tennessee Titans, Joe Burrow answered a lot of people's questions this season, right? But more specifically, in the playoffs. A second-year quarterback coming off of a torn-up ACL, torn-up knee, like it was brutal. A very young coach, right? I mean, just think, and I've talked about this before, but think about how young this Bengals team is. They got a young coach. They've got a young quarterback. They've got young wide receivers in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. They've got a fairly young running back in Joe Mixon. They've got young guys on defense. Like this team, the Cincinnati Bengals, are one of, if not the youngest team in the league. And they're going to the AFC Championship Game. They have a chance to go to the Super Bowl this year. That is quite remarkable if you know, if I do say so myself. Joe Burrow is the guy. No question about it. However, if you want this Bengals team, if you are the Bengals front office, you're if you're the bigwig making the decisions for the Cincinnati Bengals, you have to go and get guys to protect Joe Burrow, because even though he didn't get majorly injured this season, there were plenty of times where Joe Burrow was running for his life. There were plenty of times where the pocket broke down quicker than you could say it. There were plenty of times where, at a blink of an eye, the defenders were in the backfield. I mean, Joe Burrow got sacked, I believe, 9 times in the Tennessee Titans game. And, like, that's insane to be sacked 9 times, let alone to be sacked 9 times and win the game. So, this offseason, the biggest thing for the Cincinnati Bengals, the biggest priority, should be going out, and whether it's through the draft or free agent or trading, whatever, however you do it, the number one priority has to be getting offensive linemen, getting good ones. And, you know, the Bengals, sure, they've made it this far, right? But if you don't protect Joe Burrow, he will not escape the pocket every time. He will not get sacked 9 times and be able to get up each time and go win the game. That's just not how it's going to work. And, again, like, that's got to be priority number one. Also for the Bengals, I think they need to focus on, you know, the defense is young, so I can't say too much about what the defense should look like and, you know, whether or not they need to go out and get some guys. But I do think that, you know, it wouldn't hurt, obviously, to go out and get some guys for the defense, right? To get some new guys, get some good, you know, get some good defensive players. I think that would be, you know, that would be smart. And again, I'm not saying the guys they have are no good. I'm not saying they're not going to be good for those that are young. But I don't know. I just feel like the defense has definitely been, like, it's been good enough to win games, obviously. Right? The defense, again, please do not get me wrong. The defense has been fine. The defense has been good enough to get them to have a really good season. But I think if you can go and improve, we're talking about being a playoff favorite / contender to being a Super Bowl contender and favorite. And from then, that is where you have to look at your defense and say, well, these guys are good for what we have. They were good enough in 2021 and 2022. But if we want to be a team that is considered a Super Bowl contender, going out and getting a few good pieces on defense, all of a sudden this team is looking like, you know, I don't want to say unstoppable, but you're looking at this team all of a sudden and you're thinking, where do you begin on the game plan? Because again, right now, like, this team is just, like, there are not enough words to describe how good the Bengals have been this season, obviously. But I think if you improve the offensive line and get some good guys on defense, this team could be a Super Bowl contender in years to come.